Welcome back to the final hour of this week's episode of The Long Voyage, and we are going to have a fight.
Yep, we've all decided we've had enough, and we're all going to have an inter-party conflict. So,
Hardy, not that kind of fight.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. And yes, we're going to have a fight with 6 crocodiles named Crocodile 1, Crocodile 2, Rococo Thingamabob 3, Flobbydob 4, Arg Beast 5, and the Floating Log, which is number 6. Because I couldn't be bothered. I figured I'd be clever for a change. That's my attempt at being clever. Ladies and gentlemen of the viewing audience, this is what my players have to put up with.
You understand our suffering, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Nobody knows the trouble I'm in. Nobody knows my sorrow. Sorry.
Very droll. Well done.
Very droll indeed. Okay, guys.
You get one clap.
Yes, the sound of one hand clapping. And Rasmus promptly starts to clap with one hand. My God. Anyway, guys, it's clearly Frothy first, so.
Yes, and I think instinctively he wants to do the whole kaboom thing. And then he draws his sword and tries to charge one of them, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah.
Even though charging is significantly less efficient in this game. As I recall.
Yes, it is. It actually... let me see. Here we go. Fro attacks the first crocodile.
Yes.
Charging into combat. And all that. I just need to look that up in a hurry because it has been a while since we did this.
Yes, it has.
Let's see, charge. Combat. Must be under combat somewhere, obviously. 324 for maneuvers. Thank you very much. Attacking.
Yes, I suppose you could call it that.
Aim, all attack, move. Oh, Christ almighty. Move and attack. Why is this being such a bother? Right. It doesn't give you... as I recall, it doesn't give you a bonus to hit. It actually gives you a -2 to hit because you're moving full tilt, but it gets you into the fight.
Actually, is there any reason to charge, or could I just take a move and then hit?
No, you need to charge to get into combat.
In that case, I charge.
Yes.
With a mighty Viking roar, which AT provided for me.
Sorry.
No, that was meant as being appreciative.
Actually, no. Wait a second here. Move and attack. I found it. I'm sorry.
There
move as described for the move maneuver, but during or after your move, make a single poorly aimed attack, either unarmed or with a ranged or with a ready weapon. It's -2 if you're. It's -2 or the weapon's bulk rating, whichever is worse. If you're making a melee attack, you have a flat -4 to skill, and your adjusted skill cannot exceed 9.
Okay, I don't think it will, so I'll just roll my melee attack.
Yes.
-4.
Yes.
I think since they look like they have pretty tough skin, we'll attempt an impaling attack.
Sounds like a very smart move.
That's a 3.
Wow, that's 1d6 you rolled. That's that was your damage.
Sorry. They were in the reverse order of what I thought they should let you.
No problem.
That's a 4.
Wow, that's awesome. That's actually a crit.
Nice.
Very well done.
That is
I would roll
brilliant.
crit.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. We haven't actually done that. Critical hits is on. Wow, that is actually legit bloody cool. So I need to go to...
It's about to be bloody.
Well, yeah. Critical hit tables.
Splat goes the croco.
Indeed.
You should use your sword arm more often. Hurry up!
Yes, and for the viewing audience again, I do apologize for this being somewhat slow, but we don't actually use this that often. So there you go. Here we have it. Critical failures. Rolls of 3 or 4 is always a critical success. Indeed. So you are striking. Well, it's legitimately difficult to not strike at its head.
Yes.
So, because it's got a huge head and it's up in front compared to where you are. So let's say you give it a head blow.
Sure.
Give me a roll of 3d6.
Nice. I think.
Yeah. 10? Good.
10.
Okay, that is normal head blow damage only.
Okay.
If you roll 9, 10, or 11, which is obviously that's the average on 3d6,
Yeah.
then it's just normal damage. But if you roll above or below that, you get better effects. So unfortunately, it's normal head blow damage.
Ah, well, head blow is still better than not, I suppose.
Yes. However, a critical hit does maximum damage.
That is 1d6 plus 1, so 7 points of damage to the head.
Right. And it's impaling damage,
It is in fact impaling damage.
which means it takes an extra. Anything that goes through its armor is times 1.5.
I hope it has a soft skull.
It doesn't, unfortunately. Now it's only 1d. What is your strength?
12.
Yeah, and what is your weapon damage? Because this is what we found out that we've been calculating that wrong.
We
Well-
have?
Yeah, I don't really remember we did the whole recalculation.
Yeah, and because if you have a damage, as you say, of 1d6 plus 1, right?
Yeah,
And
if
you have a
for
strength of
impaling.
Oh, right, because it's
Impaling is lower.
yes, that's true. Obviously, okay. Yep, no problem. I get it. We have recalculated then. Yep, it takes some damage.
I don't suppose it dies from that.
Oh no. Sadly not. Sadly not.
It's a nice hit.
It's not a bad hit at all. And there we go.
I mean, if you have to charge, might as well roll a crit.
Might as well roll a crit indeed. And then it's the next person in line.
Wait. It says here that her damage is 66. Can we check if that's actually correct? Because
Yes.
that sounds horridly a lot.
We can certainly check that, and let me just open here. Her strength is what?
Her strength is 16. Her striking strength is 18.
Yes, her striking strength is then thrust 1d6 plus 2, and swing is 3d.
3d minus 1, yes.
No, if it's 18, it's just 3d.
Oh, okay. And the two-handed hammer? The warhammer?
Let's find that in a hurry, shall we?
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Because this is crazy.
Yeah, it is. That I totally agree. There's something there that just sounds a little bit off, just a tiny bit. And we are.
Well, I know she is strong, but
Yeah. I know. I completely agree. two-handed axes or mauls. It's a maul, isn't it?
It's a two-handed warhammer, and that was a mace or a maul.
Yeah, that counted as a
Yes.
maul. That is swing +4 crushing.
What's +4?
That means that you do 3d +4, which means it's actually 4d +1. You do damage with
Okay.
it. So it's 4d +1. Which is
Which is
still
nice.
a
4d6 +1.
yes, which is still a huge amount of damage, but
Yeah, but 66 just sounded.
it's, yeah, I totally agree.
I mean, come on.
All right.
We should probably go over the others
As-
too then,
yeah.
just to make sure. But we can do that later.
Yeah, we can.
She has a baby. She's not needing the others.
So, you do the rolly to hit you.
Yeah,
Or-
she's gonna
yeah.
run up and slam the first thing that jumps out of the
Right.
water.
And you
She
get...
hope it's not the old man who gets up.
No, but that means you attack the next one in line. There we go. And since it's a move and attack, it means that you take -4 on your skill, and it means your skill cannot be above 9 for this one attack, because move and attack does that.
I don't know what that meant, but okay.
It means that your skill cannot count as being higher than 9 when you do what's called move and attack.
I roll a 10, so no hit.
So you don't hit, but you are now in range, and from now on you will just crush the damn thing, I'm sure.
At least she's at a distance because big hammer.
Yes, it's got range. And
Especially if she holds it at the tip.
yes, indeed. And that means it is Sindri.
Yes.
What does
Okay.
Sindri do?
I'd like to shoot at one of them.
All right.
Sure which one, but certainly one of them. Let's shake things up. Rather than going for the next one in the line, let's say he's shooting at Arg Beast.
He's
You know,
shooting at Arg.
Beast
Okay.
has been so inconsiderate as to mutilate an old man. It's
Yes,
not- it's
that's definitely not very fair. I agree. So Arg Beast is now being shot at by Cindy.
Yes, Cindy is incensed. She's going to head over there and give it a right stern talking to.
Go ahead.
Okay, so going to sheet, and it's combat Imperial Longbow, and there's 2 dice again. I always keep forgetting which these two to roll.
You roll. You always roll against your skill, which is always on the 3d6. All skill checks are always 3d6.
Okay, in practical terms, then, is that the left-hand dice or the right-hand dice next to the Imperial Longbow?
It's the right hand one,
There you
because
go.
I did the same thing.
Bloody hell!
You hit.
If it weren't for that 6,
So
anyway,
that's a nice roll. You hit.
It is.
Do some damage.
okay. So,
That's nice.
8.
8 points of damage, and once I've subtracted some armor for the thing,
Mm-hmm.
then it takes 0.5 or 1.5 times damage. So, ouch, that's not very nice.
Nope.
Neither is eating an old man.
Hey,
Yes.
it's just acting on its nature, for goodness sake. And that means it is now these things. And the first one wants to bite back at Frothy, because Frothy just stabbed it, and that was not very nice. So, let's see.
Bad Cougaroo.
And it's 3d6, obviously. Doing 10, that's enough to hit. And
Ooh.
it is not aiming, so it lunges at you as you bend down to attack it, and it
My
bites.
sound cut out.
It lunges at you while you bend down to attack it, so it's still a body blow, because
Yes.
there you go, and that means I need to roll some damage.
And I need to figure out where my armor is.
Yes, you really do.
It's 5/3.
Okay, so it's presumably 5?
It's crushing damage. So that's 5, because it's only impaling damage that it does less for, and the crocodile will first and foremost try to crush you.
Ah. Actually, can I parry?
Yes, you. No, you can. You can only block or dodge when you've in a round where you've done a move and attack.
In that case, I'll try to block.
Okay.
That's right on. It
That's
said that.
right on. You actually managed to get your shield up in time. Okay, then obviously the thing does damage to your shield instead.
Yes, that's what that did.
Because
Let's see.
they do that, because they're mean.
So, does my shield have any kind of armor?
No, your shield has a toughness or a hardness stat. As I recall, you should have written it down somewhere where it's.
I've written down defense bonus +2. Is that what we're looking for?
No, it should have also something about how many hit points there is on the shield.
Yes, that one I have. It has 15, but it's only got 6 left unless I've had time to repair it.
You have had time.
You have had time to.
You have had time to do that.
Then it is at 5 HP after that attack, I suppose.
Well, let's see how much it does damage-wise.
Oh, right, that was just to hit.
That was just to hit, yeah. Let's see how much strength do these things have. Right. 11 points of damage.
Okay, so it has 4 hit points left.
Yes. Glomp.
You did.
But better the shield than me.
Oh god, yes, definitely. And the next crocodile attacks Ilva. Wow, I made good rolls today.
Oh God.
Just bad.
Do you want to dodge or something?
Yeah. I'm gonna try the dodging.
Sounds like a good idea.
Aww, just one above.
Yeah.
What gives?
Unfortunately,
Ooh.
that's 13 points of damage.
Haha.
You subtract your armor, obviously.
Obviously.
And then we have number 3, which decides that it wants to go for Sindri, so it tries to charge him. And obviously that means it's a move and attack.
Okay.
So it's not exactly as... Oh my god,
For fuck's sake!
that's a crit.
Yes, clearly.
Wow, we've never even used these rules before. Now we're all critting. What the hell? I roll again to see what happens here.
I don't want them to. I don't want them to crit.
13.
Want us to crit? That's what matters.
Critical hit table. 13.
Jaws explode.
Right. Okay. It bites down, and its jaws actually do. Let's see how much damage goes through this.
Oh God.
14. So some of it goes through, obviously.
Shit. Alright.
Remember to subtract your armor.
Okay.
That that counts. Yeah, subtract your armor, obviously.
What is my armor? What is it?
5. And if you have a shield, no, you don't. You're using your bow.
Not out. No, not when I've got a bow.
Exactly.
So 9 points of damage.
Yeah, because obviously if you had a shield, then you subtract the damage resistance on that as well.
Well, that's fantastic. I am now down to half my
your hit points.
total hit points
Yes.
in one go.
Yes.
If this is how Sindri dies, he will be haunting something or other for the rest of time.
Yes. And number 4 decides to go for a villager who screams very loudly as it gets attacked. And let's see if it hits. Jesus Christ, what the hell is up with my rolls?
These are mighty crocodiles.
It noms on the villager but doesn't actually kill.
Oh, good. You're just mutilated for the rest of their life.
At least there's a leg that is in very bad shape there.
Yes.
And sorry, what?
Could short spear wielding warrior woman come and save us all, please?
She's already fighting. There are something like 20 crocodiles attacking the village.
Bloody hell! All right.
Let's see. This one also goes for a villager. See if I can hit something with that. Nope, that doesn't hit. That's the first miss we've had.
Yes.
And the floating log decides to go for the boatman who brought you here.
Suppose he hasn't left yet.
No, not
And
that one.
And it hits.
Goodness sake!
And it does a lot of damage to an unarmored man or unarmed man, so he actually he doesn't die from that outright, but he does go down to where I need to make a health roll for him, which he makes, so he doesn't die, but he will die if somebody doesn't save him.
Well, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon.
That's your job, archery man.
Not really. My job is to keep myself alive. It's Gylfi's job to heal people, but he is conspicuously absent.
Yes.
He'd be quite
So-
useful for fighting right now, actually.
So, it is a new round.
Right.
Probably destroy them all with fire. I don't care if you go mad. We need to live.
Well, so far only you've been, hurt.
Yes, and clearly I'm the most important one here. So
Ilva got hurt too.
Oh, right. Sorry, she's just not whining as much. I forgot.
yeah,
Well, I'm going to try and see if I can't finish the job by impaling this thing again.
Try it again, yes.
Kill. Right on.
That's on. Go ahead. Roll damage.
Oh.
Right. It's thrashing about, so it doesn't actually you don't actually get it in the head this time, which is to your advantage.
Oh,
Because
cool.
a skull has 2 points of armor on top of everything, on top of whatever natural armor you have. On the other hand, if you do hit the head and you crits, which you did, which is why I was being nice to you, you can do absolutely staggering amounts of damage. You just rolled on, you had a bad roll.
Yep.
So let's see, that takes it up to, okay, this particular crocodile is starting to look worse for wear. 2 of them are not doing terribly well. The one you're fighting and the one that got shot. They clearly don't think this is much fun anymore and would really rather spend the rest of the day in the water.
Ooh, them.
And then it is Ilva's turn.
Swing.
Schlong.
Splat.
Ouch.
Not a crit.
Nope. But still.
Splat.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
I think it
that's pretty sick because that's impaling damage. So ow.
It
ow,
is.
Ow, 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 ow. Right. You basically this thing.
Sit still.
It
Splat.
lunges towards you. You sidestep it, and then you neatly sever its spine right behind its head. The spike on your warhammer just goes straight down through it and almost nails you. So you're very close to actually getting stuck on the boardwalk.
Good thing I'm strong.
Yep.
Then I can pull it out again.
That takes care of the crocodile. It's definitely very much deaded. that means we are down to Sindri.
Yes. Well, Sindri is in a considerable amount of pain.
Yeah.
But there now seems to be since Rocco Thingamabob has decided to make a particular enemy of him, he's going to focus on that one rather than the one that he shot at earlier.
That does make sense.
Although, considering how close it must be, it's going to take time to draw out a melee weapon, so it's probably just best to
No,
try
you can
and...
do that. You can draw one out. It takes half an action.
Okay.
Or it takes a half a round to do. So if you don't move, you can draw a new weapon and attack.
Yeah, alright, well, he'll have to bring out his mace and his shield and try and actually clonk this thing on the,
Yeah.
Let's say he tries to aggressively, boop its snoot.
So you're trying to attack its head specifically, you're calling the shot.
I'll go on. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's see,
Roll,
where's
that
my-
is... Let me just see...
Nah, it doesn't hit then if it's a cool shot.
It's... Let me just check this. No, because it's depending on the size of the target that you're trying to hit. It's you get a penalty to it, and the head is minus something. The only thing that isn't minus something is the body. So
Well, that's fine.
yeah,
It doesn't
so
hit then.
So you miss.
But at least I managed to get a melee weapon and my shield out.
and
so.
your shield indeed. So you have better protection now, and you can both block and parry and dodge and do all manner of funky things.
Yes. Lesson of the day, don't call your shots, just swing wildly like a madman.
And that means it's the one facing Frothy who is now trying to attack him again.
Rude.
Nope, it misses. And then it's the one facing Sindri. That misses as well. And then we have the one attacking that villager. It also misses. Holy shit! All the good rolls have been spent, clearly. And the one,
Won't hear my complaint.
the next one attacking a villager, the Arg Beast. Yep, it misses. And the one attacking the boatman, who's actually down, and that obviously hits, so it drags him under the water.
No.
Cody!
That's still only one hit out of a lot. Don't even get started. It's a new round. Frothy.
Yeah, so I'm still not finished with my piece of...
Nope, you're still facing your particular crocodile, who's having a really bad day.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, that wasn't enough to hit. Ilva, what do you want to do?
Well, next, Diddler.
Yep, well, pick one. Any of the ones attacking the villager. Number 6, by the way, is gone. It's dragged the boatman away. So there are 2 attacking villagers and 2 attacking your friends.
The villagers aren't actually armed, are they?
Nope, they're not. They're unarmed people.
Then I'm going for them.
Yeah, number 4 has already bitten on a villager, and is, you know, that one is clearly in danger. So you going for that one?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Go ahead and roll. Ouch.
Splat.
That's 13
It's nice with
impaling.
impaling.
Yeah, it is. Well, that one isn't quite as impressive a kill, but you do manage to kill it. It's not as clean a kill as the other one, but it's still dead.
I did it.
Yes, you did.
Maybe it's because it's trying to numb on
On the
the
villager,
person.
it didn't see you coming simply, and the villager, who is a woman in her late 20s from the looks of it, she's bleeding from the leg that got chewed on, and she's in trouble, but she's alive. And
Well, then it's good we have the
Yeah.
thingy that makes the blood stop gushing.
exactly, because otherwise she's probably going to bleed out. But
But first the other ones.
first, the other ones. So, next up is Sindri.
Yep. I shall try and attack it again. Same one that I've been dealing with.
Yep, sure. On. Yep, it's a hit. Let's get some damage.
9
Nice.
crushing damage.
That's nice. And let's see. The Arg Beast is already badly wounded, but that's not the one you're up against. The one you're up against is number 3.
Yep, lock a thingamabob.
Yes. And that takes... Yep. Ow, that is having an awfully bad day now.
Yep, pay like for like.
And that means it is now them. The one in front of Frothy attacks first.
Don't.
And it
It
hits.
does.
I want to parry.
Of course.
I failed my
can't.
parry.
You fail your parry. 14 points of damage. Remember to subtract what's on the shield, the damage resistance on the shield as well.
Yes, so that's 7
Yes.
removed
Yes.
from that.
It is.
Does that mean that it's how much
Still,
does it break?
wow.
That is still out, but...
The shield doesn't take damage when you
No,
just use
no,
it.
because you use it to deflect with.
Yes, of
So
course.
you manage to push some of the force of the blow out of the way. If you
Hmm.
block, you take the entire force on the shield.
Yes, of course.
That is the next one, which is still facing Sindri.
Ooh, quick question.
Yep.
Is it an actual action to say something?
No, you can speak out of turn.
So I would be able to provoke this shitty thing that's after the villager?
No, provoking is an action. Speaking out of turn is something else, but
Okay.
but provoking is an action. But let's see.
I should
You
like
get hits.
like to parry.
Go ahead.
That's a failure.
That's a failure. Well, okay, that wasn't the most impressive damage I've done yet.
So that's how much I'm taking. That's
Mhm.
5.
Yeah, minus.
No, you're taking 4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
also have your
actually,
shield.
it's
You have your shield out as well, don't you?
Okay.
So you take.
That's
How much is the damage resistance on the shield?
let's have a look. See.
If it's the same as mine, it's 2.
I believe it is.
It should be.
That means you have 5 points from your armor and 2 points from your shield. That's minus 7. So that's barely a nibble.
Okay. For some reason, I don't seem to have the armor value of my shield listed anywhere, so I'm going to have to update that later. But okay, I'll take your word for it and
Yeah.
just take 2 points off.
So the thing nibbles on you, but no more than that. And
Okay.
you've certainly hurt it worse.
Yep.
And then it's the last one, who is still going for a villager.
At least it
Oh.
missed the first time. Ow.
It really
Never
misses.
mind.
It should also be said that this one is bleeding from a wound that it's got an arrow sticking out of it from Sindri's attack, and that really did hurt it a lot. You have
Good.
I think
Ah!
pretty much.
Me and Sindri were agreeing on that one.
uh,
Good!
Yeah, I think if Ilva shouts at it in a loud and annoying voice, it might drop dead from that. So, yep. New round. Frothy, want to kill this thing at last?
I'm certainly going to try.
Hey,
Yeah.
never mind. I was about to yell, hey, hoppsasa,
Yeah,
but it didn't work.
didn't.
You were too fast.
Next one.
Premature clicking.
Next one.
Next one is
Ylva.
Splatter my hand.
Splatter my camera.
Yes.
She will stop the thing chasing the villager.
Yes.
And I were a nutcase and actually close down Ilva's thingy, so I have to find it again.
You hit it.
I roll a 9,
Yay.
Do.
and it gets a little more than the last one.
Yeah, and it's already badly wounded, so that one is you hit it smack in the center of the skull with the spike and just split its skull in two.
I suppose a washout doesn't work on these things.
Not really, no.
You kinda have to understand what
Yeah,
that
exactly.
person is to be scared of it.
Indeed, exactly. Well, that takes care of that one. Combined efforts.
She turns around and then stares at the two others like, still fighting those.
Sindri?
Yep. Gonna try and end this thing rightly. But I don't have a sword pommel to throw at it, so let's see.
Smack it upside
Yep,
the
you
head.
hit it.
Yay!
There you go. That kills it.
And just brain matter everywhere.
Bring your mace down right on its head and yeah, exit stage right, crocodile.
I'm so happy. I can't just express it.
And then it is the one in front of Frothy's turn. It's now quite lonely.
Yes,
It does hit.
Parry!
Go! You can do it!
God damn
Dang
it.
it.
Aww! Stop doing that!
Still not the most impressive damage.
No, and I was track
I
7,
think
so
it's
that's
fine.
That's 4
4.
points. And then it's
I'm
Frothy's.
quite hurt now.
Yeah, it's Frothy's turn. Do you want to?
Do I get penalties for being
No,
quite low?
only to movement.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah, Ilva has
Yay,
the
you hit it.
lovely thing.
That's enough. You kill it. So you basically you stick your skull, you stick your sword through its skull and pin it to the boardwalk beneath it.
After which he stumbles backwards because he has 2 HP.
Yeah,
No.
he's
Oh.
probably not doing too well.
Nope. I personally like the idea of him impaling its skull with his skull, because, you know...
But that also means, guys, that you have effectively just killed about a third of the... Well, not really, because one of them went under the water with the rest of the boatmen. But you've killed... That means you've killed a quarter of the crocodiles that attacked the village. And the rest of the villagers have managed to fend off the rest of them. There are several wounded, obviously, but the only person who's actually died is the boatman. Apart from the old man who was killed initially, but since the combat began as such,
Yes.
the boatman is the only fatality. But the young woman who was bitten is bleeding.
Yeah, Ilva picks her up and takes her to Gylfi because he has the stuff to make it stop bleeding.
Yeah, and that can be applied pretty easily. The rest of you can do that as well, for that matter, if it should be. But you know, he might not be there, but something tells me that Gylfi would actually save the woman. So you know,
Yeah.
she gets the bleeding staunched. I'm gonna make an executive decision on that and say that even though he's NPC sick, that one I think we can pretty safely.
I mean, he's a
assume-
healer to save people.
Exactly, we can pretty safely assume that he would do something like that. I think.
Yes, they would be in character.
It would be, wouldn't it? So
Yeah.
I mean, as an innocent bystander, he's been all about saving them. So yeah, and it only takes a moment, and then after the whole thing quiets down, and then the man with the manifold colors appears next to you again. He doesn't swirl anymore. He's just, you know, a man wearing many different colors. And he stands next to you and says, "That is the 5th attack since the last full moon."
You seem to have a bit of an animal problem.
We really do. It is not natural.
Some vile presence drives them then.
Yes, I am convinced that that is the case, but I am, unfortunately, I am not skilled in the arts of scrying. I cannot see where it comes from.
So I can help you with that.
You can.
It seems fair if you're going to teach me the speaking thing.
Then, by the powers, you may be just the person we have been praying for.
Right now, though, he points to his wounded self.
Yes, he says, "Come with me." He helps you back to his hut, where he lets you, he lays you down and lets you get some rest. He's not very good at healing, he says, but he can probably at least stop the bleeding, which he then proceeds to do, and you get 1 health back, because it's a very minor healing, but it's the only thing he knows.
Well, we do have our own healer with us, but
Yes.
thank you very much.
Yeah, Ilva only lost 8 HP.
Yeah, she only lost 8. You're all wounded.
Well, she still has 11.
Yeah, true.
I mean, we do have some time to do this, so we can take a day or two to actually try and let our bodies rest a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's also a matter of letting yourself rest up a bit before doing anything more. And hopefully next time we're going to have Gylfi back so he can help with some healing, and that'll probably...
That would be nice.
That will probably take care of it. That's the hope, anyway. And if he can't be there for whatever reason, then I'll ask him if it's okay if I, do some rolls on his behalf, because obviously I think he'd help. But we'll see. In any case, the you are you got through it in not in necessarily in one piece, but you did get through it alive. And the young woman who met you at the pier comes back to where you guys are. She comes back to the shaman's hut a little later. She's got a few scrapes, but nothing serious. And she looks at him because she doesn't realize that you still understand her. So she looks at him and says, "Please tell them that we're grateful for their help."
You're welcome.
Oh, you still... Oh, thank you. Okay. That makes it easier, she says, and looks at you. Well, yes, we are grateful. We don't have that many warriors here, and we've been attacked by the crocodiles. We've been attacked by hippos. We've been attacked by snakes.
What's a hippo?
A very, very large, fat creature with very thick skin that is nearly impossible to hurt.
That doesn't sound nice.
It isn't.
Doesn't sound fast either.
They are deceptively swift, especially in water, but they are quick on land as well. You wouldn't believe it when you see them.
Oh. Well, I barely believe what those were when I saw them. She holds up the one she severed at the neck because it's interesting.
Yeah. No,
What are they?
they're called crocodiles.
Huh.
They're predators, as you can probably tell from the teeth.
Yeah.
They're your kills, they belong to you.
Belong to...
The meat is
right.
The meat is gamey, but it's edible.
And the hide?
It has value, certainly, as you can probably tell. If it's cured properly, it can make pretty good armor, for example.
Yeah, I noticed that they're pretty thick.
Yeah, they are.
Oh.
Something they have in common with Sindri.
Quite a lot of people use them for making either chest armor or shields.
And back home, no one will ever believe they're real, so I should probably do something about the skin.
Definitely. Well, if nobody back home, I don't know where that is, obviously, but if they've never seen a crocodile, maybe you want one of the skulls.
Southlands.
I don't know where that is, but I assume it's to the south.
Very cold area. Nothing like these here.
Oh, well, if you want, I can make sure that one of the skulls get boiled clean.
Ooh, I'd love that.
Sure. No problem.
Do you have a tanner here along in your village?
Sorry. She says, yes, we do. We kind of have to, because hunting is the only real way, hunting and fishing is the only real way of feeding ourselves here. With anything except what we can gather from the forest in terms of fruits and so on. You can't grow anything here.
Oh.
It's the forest is too thick for us to make fields. So we gather fruits and nuts and berries and so on, and then we fish and we hunt.
Excellent. I might, if you say this is useful in the form of chest armor, I might see having something made to complement what I already wear.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I don't really need the meat, but the stuff outside I really like.
Would you mind if I distribute the meat to the families here then?
Oh, go ahead. She hands the crocodile over.
Oh.
It's physically arms this massive lizard over.
Yeah, she can't carry it. She's not big enough for that. But she's.
Oh well, I can carry it wherever you need it. Then.
Yeah, she gestures for you to follow her, and she goes
follows
to.
After.
There's a big sort of big, but it's a fairly large central area, almost like a marketplace or something. Except it doesn't actually look like they use it for that, but it's a gathering place for the entire village. And she brings it there, and she calls out to people and says that the foreigners who helped us fight have given us the meat from the animals they killed. And you know the locals start peeking out of their houses, and you know, little by little they come out, and several of them thank you, especially one family. There's a man who comes over to you who thanks Ilva in particular profusely. He doesn't look like a big strong man by any stretch of the imagination. He's wiry, he's thin, but you manage to figure out that he's the husband of the woman you saved.
Oh, it's okay.
And
I wouldn't leave anyone hanging.
he smiles and says, "Well, you're still strangers and outsiders to this place. You had no reason to risk your life to help us, and you still did. You are a friend of my family. That I can assure you. I still have a family because of you."
Elva smiles and taps the plated chest she has, and just says, "Well, I've been raised by a code of honor to help anyone who's in need."
He smiles and nods and says, "We have strong women warriors as well, and Jerry is a good example. But I've never seen anyone like you before." He looks suitably impressed.
She drops the crocodile she was carrying.
Yes. And of course people start dividing up the meat and so on, because, you know, in general. And it turns out that despite the fact that people were killed and hurt, everyone here is extremely relieved that the losses were so small. And you can figure out pretty easily that during the earlier attacks, losses haven't been quite so light. In fact, you learn that during the previous 4 attacks, there's been 15 dead in the village,
Oh,
including several children.
Oh, that just takes the biscuit. That does.
And
Well, Ilva can see why. They're smaller, easier prey to any predator.
exactly.
Of course, they'd go for them because they wouldn't struggle as much and easier to pull underwater to drown.
Yes, or in the case of a snake. Well, I doubt I need to explain further.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so they are incredibly relieved that you've helped beat back this terrible attack. And they're saying, one man is saying, well, we've had snakes, we've had hippos, we've had crocodiles, we've had flesh-eating birds, and we've had hyenas. Hyenas here.
What's a hyena?
It's a mangy-looking beast, like a mix between a cat and a dog.
Ilva looks strange. Like, what the fuck?
They're normally they're carrion eaters, but and they don't even live here, and they still attacked us. So what's next?
Yeah. Something strange is going on.
Something strange is definitely going on. Can you help us, strangers? Could you help us find out what this is and put a stop to it? We're just peaceful villagers. We're not warriors.
We were actually counting on doing that. But he needs a little rest.
Yes.
She just used that Brody. And
Of
then
course.
he might be able to find out where it comes from. Might be.
Definitely. Well, the people here decide that, you've already helped them in a very big way, so they're going to make sure that you're comfortable while you're here and that you're well fed. So they set out basically to prepare the choicest bits of the crocodiles for you guys. Now that here they are.
Yeah. Well, I might as well give away the meat because she's only really interested in one of the skulls and the skin.
Yep. But you still need to eat, obviously. So
She still needs to eat.
So,
but
yeah.
There is no reason for her to carry an entire crocodile around.
No. Oh goodness, no. It will start
But
to stink.
they do have food back in
Oh
Tupman.
yeah. And it would start to stink after a while.
Yep.
But they prepare food for you, and it's simple fare, except for all the fruit, none of which any of you have ever tasted before, and it is absolutely bloody delicious.
Confusion.
This is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
What is this called?
It's a banana.
Ah, what is this called?
That's a gourd.
Can I eat it?
Gourd?
Well, you can eat what's inside it. So basically,
Are you sure it's a banana, Joan?
yes.
It's not a small off-duty Czechoslovakian traffic warden or something.
Oh, I walked into that one. Oh God, I walked into that one. Ladies and gentlemen of the viewing audience, Chris and I have known each other for many years, and we can pretty much quote the entirety of the Red Dwarf series to each other at will.
And they will.
And we will. So things like this occasionally happen.
As you can tell, much to the annoyance of our
Everyone
colleagues.
else.
Occasionally.
Yes.
It occasionally happens.
Yes, occasionally it happens. Every
It's at
time.
these moments we do this to remind you that you love us so much that you won't hate us for doing it.
At times, I think at times we're skirting the edge of that affection.
All right, fair enough. We'll stop doing it now then.
Yes, but in any case, what
That's why I
happens?
need therapy.
What happens is you have a very good meal and a pleasant evening with these very, very, very grateful people who realize perfectly well that they would have had a lot more losses if it hadn't been for you. And they're not rich, they're not wealthy by any stretch of the imagination, but it's clear that they will provide you with as nice and as pleasant a stay as they possibly can. And I think on that note we're going to end it for tonight because it's such a good place to end.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give each of you 4 XP because that was a quick fight, but it was decidedly dangerous. And
Yes.
and you still managed to overcome. And not only did you manage to overcome your own enemies, but you also managed to save some villagers, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
All in a day's work.
Yep, you did lose the
And
boatman
now I'm
though.
gonna get 2 advances
Yes,
or advantages.
yes,
Yes.
excellent. And
I'm gonna see if I can find them.
and for the rest of you guys, you who are listening, thank you for listening into this week's episode of The Long Voyage, and we hope to see you back next week for more of the same. And from us here, until then, bye.
Bye bye.